Before the chaos, before the battles, before the nation was stitched together by gunpowder and crossed fingers, there was only a dream, and a man reckless enough to chase it.
I can remember sitting down with everybody, and we were in this call like, right, we'll probably be able to get maybe 100 people if we play our cards right. You can imagine what we thought, how we were going to plan everything. So 100 people, you know, split into 3 calls at the time, plus the guard. There are only a few people in the guard to begin with.
Up origin, I joined up obviously when the group launched back in 2020. I did some pre-launch stuff before they launched in May. And I've done quite a few other groups with Gory, his previous British Army, and several others in the genre, so...
I actually found this group in a Roblox advertisement where they were encouraging people to join. And I was curious about, like, because I'm a fan of Napoleonic Wars myself. So I was curious about what do they do in this community. And when I went to their Discord server, I saw like the most beautiful, or maybe the most organized group that I have joined in Roblox.
Empire Francais has made its grand return. New game, same obsession.
I think for all of the officers, it was really, really exciting to see. I think it was one of the few times in my experience where I'd been part of such a large group, but everybody felt so close. But so I was quite involved with development. I knew about this quite a long time before. It was very difficult holding on to that secret. It was new tech entirely, but it was also a whole new game mode.
Okay, where our orders
And Marcus,
are to pull back,
he's not just back. He's leading the charge again.
Got it.
Because nothing says we mean business.
One of the critical changes the campaigns brought about was the necessity to have more people.
The most memorable thing was the opening of the Asian region of Napoleonic Wars.
But it meant that everybody was really, really, really on recruiting. Everybody wanted to recruit. Everybody wanted to be absolutely huge.
Go for the blue flag, go for the blue flag.
I'm speechless. You guys have no idea how cool this is. This is like a childhood dream of mine. Just seeing this on Roblox makes me so happy that just knowing that some people actually manage to coordinate this, I think it is really cool.
What is this? What is this? Somebody... Wow, what a Chad right here. Somebody forgot their uniform. They're just going in shirtless.
2021 wasn't just a year. It was a saga, a tragic comedy. We had civil wars, mass battles, and emotionally compromised field officers in love. Inoperable power, pride, and pure pettiness danced together under the Empire's eagle.
Just before June, end of May, I was considering to stop doing the group because I just thought that so many people were here, and I didn't know if I could keep it up. I didn't know if I could keep everybody interested in what we'd made. But you know, over a couple of weeks, I came to more battles. Up until that point, I felt a bit guilty coming to battles. I didn't like to beat people at my own game, but I started to come to these battles and started to fight, started to command with some of you guys, and up until that point I hadn't done that. And it was at that point that I realized that, you know, I get why people got bored after so many months of it, but, you know, when that was the first 2 or 3 times I'd done it, I found it so enjoyable that I found that motivation again to just keep doing it. And so 2 days after my birthday, the old guard might remember this, but, you know, I just got to that point where I was like, no, we're not going to quit. I'm going to put my all into this. I don't care how long it takes. I'll get a couple people to help keep Waterloo running, keep Waterloo up. make sure it doesn't break in the meantime, and I'll put my all into something new. And so starting in July, what I did is I started from square one.
When the group was kind of rallying 4K, like huge numbers for the big, like when the grand battles were happening. At the time I was leading Second Corps Asia Brigade, so that was where Asia really picked up, and as an Oceanic player myself, it was really cool to see, and I had a good community. That would be like the golden years in terms of performance, where the game was just unreal. Like I couldn't believe that, you know, you jump on and you'd be leading like a 300 player plus battle.
They said the old world was gone, that the glory days have passed. But then came the march, the chant, the thump of our boots across soil. A sea of uniforms, a flash of fire, a banner raised in defiance. But we didn't know what was coming. But at that moment, we didn't care.
I'm gonna get
No way.
Fire. Oh, no, cool.
Oh no, behind you! Let go, no! Get wheels and sure! Quick!
It's a 3, 2.
What's happening?
Oh my lord.
I'm dead.
2022 was the year that we rallied at Boulogne, the largest gathering in Roblox history. The year artillery sparked hope, only to vanish like smoke on the wind. No records, no answers, just silence. And Marcus, watching from above.
I was a 90 Chasseur commanding officer at the time, 90 XO as well. That's all I was doing, I was just leading Chasseur lines and stuff. Then a aide-de-camp position opened up by Crusader, and I decided to, I didn't really apply, I asked him what was the workload like, and apparently he took that as a, you're on now, I'm like, okay. And I managed to pass, and was accepted to become an aide-de-camp.
The genre is at a new point. Things are not the same as it was in 2021, 2022 even. And the challenges and demands that we have now are very different. And it's definitely time for a new generation to step up and make their own things, right? Don't be the next Crusader, don't be the next Athenmos, don't be the next Gory, don't be the next Orpheus, be the next you.
By 2023 the world had changed. The storm had passed, but what it left behind wasn't ruin. It was soil. From the ashes of old battles, new banners rose. Regiments once united now charted their own paths, each speaking the old language in new dialects. The genre didn't die, it diverged. It evolved.
Being in 17, I mean, it's always exciting to be around the start of a regiment that you have the fruits of our work improving recruitment and all of that stuff, and it finally paid off.
And somewhere in that noise it grew louder. Will and Crusader stood not as commanders of the old world, but as messengers of a new one, where the past was honored, but never clung to, where every new group was a descendant, not a copy. They didn't give orders, they gave permission to build,
Make ready.
to dream,
Freeze.
to fight,
Aim.
differently.
Fire.
No matter what position you are in, whether you are Chasseur Commander or Flag Guard or whatever, if you just keep pushing on, you'll get where you want to be. You know, I never expected that I would be leading France when I was a 90 Chasseur commanding officer, or even an 18E ranker. I never saw this coming. But, you know, if you do things right, you know, you play the game, you do it well, you'll be able to go where you want to go.
It never really ended.
Every empire leaves a ghost, but some leave legends.
I try to be as brief as possible, but more than just this being the April inspection, this is the 5-year anniversary inspection of the Guard. And so if you would have told the 25 of us this would still be going on and to the level that it is now, to where you guys are able to rally 300 people in game still, and then constantly flow new members in and out, would just be mind-boggling to all of us there.
It's definitely one of the better streamlined experiences.
France, Empire Francais, is currently among the best military genres that we've had. It is a long-lasting one. 5 years is a long time, right? That's a lot of numbers. That's 365 times that by 5. That's a lot.
I think France has rallied over 1,000 people plus at a single event. With like Waterloo, when it was at its peak, over 1,000 guaranteed. Maybe even 2,000. Like, it was huge. Like, I do not think there is a bigger genre or a bigger group at its peak than France is what I was able to achieve. So
this genre has seen up and down, but so far no sign of it ever going away. It's going to be here for a long time, and there's going to be hundreds and others of officers to come and take up our positions.
I don't see the genre dying so soon, or maybe too soon. It would keep on going because many people are still wanting to play and still has the energy to play in this game.
Wait, you're being serious about Marcus?
I think
I remember when the first couple of Marcuses came out, back when the group was around, and it was just the standard ones, and then like, I don't know where it started, but slowly it evolved when they got costumes, and they got, there's like different ethnicity ones. There's like an Asian one, I think, there's one in a business suit.
Well, obviously it is historically the symbol of Napoleon's army and the symbol of the nation. Those are pretty precious to us and rarely seen, but because they are rarely seen, it's what makes them extremely valuable. Every time you bring one out, everyone's like, oh my god, we brought an eagle out. Can you believe it?
I can remember when we introduced him, we were making headers, and so we were looking at like old issues that Napoleon had decreed out and things like that. And we found this header that had an eagle in it, and it was a really nice like scan. So yeah, we ripped Marcus straight out of that, colored him in and things like that. The name, I think, is just a straight up goryism. I don't think that's got anything to do with anything. He just saw it and he just knew it was Marcus, I guess. It's done really good things for France. It's something everybody can rally behind. I think it was that's mainly what it was at the time.
Right now I have like 20 companies right now.
Sir,